This is Enrique with the Basement Radio Arcade Podcast. Shit, you know what, Lemieux? I don't even think you caught that.
What?
We're live now. We're live now. And I don't think it heard the introduction in the beginning. So, what's up, everyone? This is Enrique with Basement Radio Arcade Podcast. This is our first podcast, the official podcast number one. And with me, I got a special guest, Mr. Lemieux 66, or as I know him, Brian, or as I also know him as Busted Jeep 66. Somebody I've known, somebody I've known since like 2001, right? Or two.
Yeah, back on that back during the beta days, dude.
Yeah, the Xbox Live beta days. And so I think we met on Revolt.
Yes, we did.
Definitely wasn't NFL Fever because that game was terrible.
It was Revolt was still a game I wish they would release today.
They should do that. They should do like a backwards compatible Revolt game.
Yep,
That shit was fun.
it was.
Yeah. So should we give a shout out to like Tilo and Die Hard to all those guys we used to play with?
Yeah, sure. We used to run off the old HMCs they called it. There was Tilo, there was Die Hard, Canes fan, whoever I'm missing. Sorry, I'm missing you, but a lot of good times. We're still having good times today playing games like Halo and hockey and all types of stuff.
Yeah, so what was the HM? What does that stand for? I remember that.
I believe it was Hardcore Midnight Club, but I've heard other vile terms that I can't say on air.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's too funny. I wonder. You know what's funny is that I don't even see Tilo on that much anymore. I don't even see Cocaine's fan.
No,
Um,
Canes fan is strictly a PS4 these days.
is he?
Tilo, I don't know what Tilo's up to. I played hockey with him last week. But a lot of people are on PC these days, like Die Hard strictly Steam box.
Oh, I heard one Steambox.
Yes.
That's insane. Yeah. What about PGA? He wasn't he part of the HM whatever?
Yeah, he was. He got Halo. He beat Halo already, and he also bought the Xbox Elite controller. I'm not sure why, because he plays maybe one game a month for like one day, and that's it.
Wow.
But more power
That's
to
crazy.
him.
Yeah. Nah, more power to him. More power to him. I miss those guys. I miss playing with Die Hard and Tilo. You guys. I remember we used to do. Oh my gosh, what was it? Unreal. Was it Unreal Championship on the
Unreal
Xbox?
Championship, yes, on the Xbox. Yep.
Yeah, we used to play that, and then we used to play Wolfie, and then we used to play. Well, you and I used to play. We used to have some intense football games on NFL 2K.
Exactly. NFL 2K, the rivalry, the Steelers versus probably either the Redskins or the Ravens. I can't tell who you cheer for these days, but
Oh,
we
see,
had we
easy
had
there.
some epic moments, that's for sure.
Yeah, so Lemieux and I were talking right before the show started, and we were saying if Twitch had only been around for some of these games we had, and I'll never forget the epic game that we had with, um, I think it was like 4 seconds left in the game, and who was the quarterback of the Steelers at the time? They call him the
Tom,
hick that throws the picks,
Tommy Machine Gun Maddox.
Tommy Maddox, and I'll never forget. There was like 4 seconds left. Tommy Maddox just throws the ball deep to Plaxico Burris, and he catches the ball and runs in the end
Abs-
zone for the game winner.
Absolutely, it was epic.
That shit was crazy. I still never forget that.
Me either. It
Hey,
was awesome.
actually, Tilo just popped up on my friends list.
Oh wow,
Yeah, we should get him on here.
we should.
Talk some
You
game.
definitely should get him on here.
Tilo would be that'd be an interesting conversation.
Yes, it would be.
Wouldn't he rage quit sometimes?
Oh yeah, especially for during hockey, he would throw his controller. I would hear his headset just smash against the wall. He was pretty enjoyable.
Jeez, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, Lemieux, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate your time, man. And like I
Sure.
said, I've known Lemieux we've known each other for like 13 years, just gaming on Xbox Live for forever, it seems like. So uh thank you again, man. I appreciate your time. So um all right, so we got some pretty big news this week, and For you guys who didn't catch my introduction or my introductory video for Basement Radio Arcade, basically the premise of the podcast, look, we're just to shoot the shit with you guys and talk about video games and just have fun doing it. So, we're not gonna, we don't, claim to be objective. We don't claim to. The only thing we're claiming is just fun. We're here to have fun and talk games. Lemieux's a multi-console owner. You own a PlayStation 4 as well, right?
Yes, yes, I do.
Yeah. So, did you get the Nathan Drake collection?
No, I think I'm gonna pass on that. I've recently just played the Uncharted, and I'm just gonna pass and wait for 4.
Yeah, 4 looks good.
It does. It looks real good.
Yeah. So, um, yeah. So Lemieux's a multi-console owner. PlayStation 4, Xbox. I own a PlayStation 4, Xbox. So, yeah, we're just gonna talk games and have fun doing so, and maybe poke fun at each other, like talk shit about the Caps and the Penguins, because he's from
Yep,
Pittsburgh. So,
yep, absolutely. Penguins are up 2-1 as we speak, so that makes me happy.
oh boy, maybe Sid Crowder should regrow that fabulous mustache he had last year.
Oh God,
That
let's
thing
not
was
talk about that.
terrible.
Even if
That
they
was
make it
terrible.
to this Cup Finals, his mustache is gonna look like a something that a prepubescent boy would wear.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, right. He's terrible. So, all right. So, a couple of big things happened this week. As you know, Lemieux, Halo 5 came out
Yes,
finally.
finally, indeed.
Yeah. So, did you picked up the game, right?
I did. I went to a midnight release at my local GameStop and
Oh, nice.
picked it up. There was quite a few characters in that store, as you can imagine, for a midnight release. And came home. I got home about 12:15 in the morning. It got done installing at 2:30 in the morning, and I played till 5 in the morning.
Hold on, wait. It took you got home at what time?
Quarter after 12.
And it took 2 hours to install?
2 hours and 15 minutes about to install. It was stuck at 95% for almost an hour.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I was pissed.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you, man. Well, you should got to play though, like, 2 hours later. But
Yeah, and then today I finished the campaign earlier this afternoon.
so without spoiling anything, what did you think of the campaign or the game overall?
Um, I thought it was good. I thought it was a Halo campaign, a lot of excellent gunplay and a lot of great physics and explosions.
Hmm.
Before I started playing the game, I read some of the critics out there, the professional video game reviewers, just their thoughts on Twitter, and they seemed to be pretty down on it. So I think I went into it expecting to be down on it, and I don't think I was. I think it was a Halo game. It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just started playing it. I picked it up yesterday afternoon, and it did take me 2 hours to download. It probably took about 20 minutes.
Nice.
Um, but I also wasn't downloading when everyone else on Xbox Live was.
True. Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, so I've only played a couple of the missions. I mean, it's so far so good. I don't have any real complaints just yet. I can see how though some of the reviews where I think they were saying like the story seems a little convoluted. I could see that
Oh yeah.
a
Yeah.
little bit because you kind of just thrown into the action, you know.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. So, but no, I like it. You know the the audio, the sound effects is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's the sound is it's always amazing, and this one doesn't disappoint.
No, no, and it's amazing to see. For me, it's amazing to see like kind of like Halo, how Halo's grown so much from when we had it on the OG Xbox.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean, I remember playing, doing the. Do you ever do the what was it like? I think it was it Xbox Connect? Do you remember that website?
I know what you mean, but no, I did not do that. No.
We could kind of do like a virtual thing. You could set up a virtual network and play online against other people. You'd have to like go to the forums and anyhow, but I remember playing that online, playing Blood Gulch,
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
then I remember when Halo 2 came out. I remember we were all on that. that was a big deal. That was like the first big game on Xbox Live.
Yep.
I mean, that was just huge. So it's awesome to see like what they've done with the series. Obviously the improvements visually to the series over the last 12, 13 years. So, but did you play the multiplayer? Did you like play Warzone or anything yet?
Yeah, I've played Warzone, which is great. I mean, I'm not the best at Halo, so I can just jump in the Warzone, do what I can do, try to help the team out the best I can, and it's a blast. And speaking of online, I have had zero connecting problems, which is great considering what a mess the Master Chief Collection was. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing too. That there hasn't been a lot of issues with getting online and playing games that to compare to how Master Chief Collection was.
Right. And I also played, the regular Team Slayer, and I also played the first level on co-op on Legendary with two other people, and that was no joke. We finished it, but that was really kicked our ass.
Wow, was it just intense?
Yeah, it was really. I've played Legendary before, but it definitely upscaled. It knew that you were playing with other humans, and it made it Legendary Plus.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out. I gotta do some co-op with some people. I just haven't had the chance to yet. So, I'll have I'll probably tackle that this weekend or something. So,
Yeah, if I'm on, hit me up.
yeah, man, definitely, man. We can run some co-op. We should get Tilo to do it.
Oh God.
Get the hardcore midnight crew, whatever it was called together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was a big release, Halo 5. I didn't do the midnight launch. Let me. I know you said you did, and obviously this is a pretty big game for Microsoft as far as releases go. This is the biggest release for them so for this console generation. So we'll see how it does. I got to get on the multiplayer. Like I said, I haven't done that yet. I hear Warzone is awesome,
It
but I need to
is.
check that out. Yeah, so I hope to get on multiplayer this week. Um, so other than that, not I don't think by coincidence, Sony had the Paris Game Show yesterday. So did you
Right.
catch any of the news from that, Lemieux?
I did. Quite a few things stood out to me. The first thing that I really like to see was they showed a demo for a game called Detroit, which
Yes.
is made by the makers of Heavy Rain, which still to this day, Heavy Rain was the most emotional and rememberable experience of any single player game I've ever played in history of games.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I feel like that's David Cage. I think that's his.
Yeah.
I feel like he makes those games with these strong emotional connections. Even like watching the Detroit um, trailer. I mean, I was just like, weren't you kind of like pulled in when you're watching that trailer?
Yeah, I didn't want it to end. I was like, I wish this
Yeah.
was a little movie I could watch right now.
E-
Absolutely.
Exactly. And you kind of, at least for me, like I'm watching this girl being made, whatever she's I don't know, whatever you want to call her. Um, you know,
Like an
some kind of
android robot or whatever. Yeah.
android or who knows, some kind of yeah. But you see her being made, and you see that she has she's emotional. She has emotions, and she's kind of seeing the world for what it is. So and you see that she's kind of having these complex, emotional responses to the world and seeing how the world is cruel. So yeah, I was kind of drawn in by that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so that's a game that I'm definitely looking forward to. Did you play Beyond Two Souls?
I didn't. I've heard bad things about it, but I've never played it.
Yeah, it's. I think if you liked Heavy Rain, you might like that game too. You might have to check it out, man. You might want to.
I think by the time that came out, I had already traded in my PS3, but I'm not sure. I think
Oh,
that's
you
the
did?
case. Yeah.
Yeah, because that game came out like towards. That was right before the launch of the PS4, right?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the generation.
And who was the actress that was in that game? Um,
The name is on the tip of my tongue. I can't.
She's she played the she played the she played that movie role with Mike Cera when she got knocked up.
Oh, man, now you're giving me trivia. I honestly can't remember. I have her
God, what's
face
her name?
and
Is it
her
Ellen
name, but
Page? Helen
yes,
Page or something like
yes,
that?
that's it. Yep.
Is it Helen or Ellen?
I want to say Ellen, but if I'm wrong, I apologize.
I think it's Ellen. We're gonna go with Ellen for argument's sake. Yeah, so so she was in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what, man, I'm gonna have to go back and play Heavy Rain now. That was a
So
good
good.
game. Yeah. So yeah, so they showed that. That was probably, Leave Me for Me. That was probably my favorite game, or my favorite trailer they showed there at the Paris Game Show. Um, and then they announced Gran Turismo Sport.
Yes, yes, they did.
So I thought that was like Gran Turismo 7, but it's not.
No,
So
I don't know why they didn't put a number on it. But who knows? But
yeah,
the trailer
so
looked very good. Looked good.
yeah, the trailer does look good. The trailer does look good. So I'm happy to see that series coming back, and I think was that slated for 2016 too.
I don't know if they put a date on it. If they did, there's no way it's coming out in 2016, in my opinion. No, in Polyphony Digital, it'll be delayed.
Wa- wasn't wasn't six delayed forever or something? One of them was.
I don't, I don't know which one it was, but oh my goodness,
I think six was delayed. Oh shit, I don't remember. Oh man, I'm getting old, man. My memory's shot now.
it's all at video gaming.
Video gaming and having kids. That's what happens, man. You got kids. Jeez. And now my 6-year old's starting to play video games now.
Well, let's get him on the podcast.
I know, right? I should get him on the podcast.
Heck yeah,
He was watching me play the Uncharted collection the other day. It was hilarious.
nice.
Yeah. So it looks like the at least the beta is coming out early 2016 for Gran Turismo Sport.
Yes, that's what I heard for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that trail looks pretty sweet. You're right. So we'll see. Hopefully, I'd like to see that series rebound a little bit. I feel like for me, with in terms of sim racers, it's been Forza the last couple years. You know, I mean, GT was for me at least the benchmark for so many years, and then Forza came in, kind of took that crown, I think, and so we'll see. I think they'll come back, hopefully with a strong game. So we'll see. But I'll probably get down with that beta and check it out. So, and then speaking of betas, December 4th is the Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta, and
Yes.
they showed some gameplay footage of that.
Yeah, they did. They did. I'm not really a big fan of the Uncharted Online. I mess with it, but I don't really, you know, get that involved in it. I don't get emotionally involved in it. But I'll give it a chance for sure.
Is it because you got owned? Hello?
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me now, Lemieux?
I can hear you now.
All right, cool. I was saying, did you not like it because you got owned?
Probably, yeah. I probably got grenades stuffed down my mouth and bullets up my ass. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's too funny. Are you gonna try out you're not gonna try out the multiplayer beta then?
No, I'm not gonna. I have no interest in the beta, but when the game comes out, I'll definitely jump into it for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check. The thing is, it's only gonna want me. It's only gonna make me want Uncharted 4 more.
Oh, exactly. Yep.
It's it's gonna be like a big tease. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Can't wait for that.
That game looks ridiculous.
It does. I'm glad it got delayed, and if it gets delayed again, I won't be upset. I just want it to be perfect.
See, I might be a little upset, man.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. I mean, it's and I know there's kind of like been like a little bit of a trend more recently where games are released. and they're not. They get patched,
Yeah,
and so I just think that it's yeah. If they're gonna not rush it to make it like perfect, like you said, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'd rather see that than like a big 20 gig day one patch, for it to get it to work or something.
yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, we know Dice has been notorious for that.
Hello, Battlefield. Yep.
Yeah, I wonder if Battlefront. I mean, I keep thinking, and I know the beta was okay.
It was.
Like
It was.
there weren't any hiccups or anything like that. But then it's like, what's going to happen when everyone's on this game live?
I
And
don't
you have
know.
more
I
than
pray
just.
to God.
Do you think they're going to have problems?
I don't know. I mean, this is Star Wars. This is, one of the most beloved franchises anywhere. Um, if they mess this up, I think heads got to roll.
I don't know, man. I hope not. I hope they don't mess it up. That game's going to have a lot of hype behind it because of the movie.
Yep, absolutely. Hope
Yeah.
it's not being rushed because of the movie.
You know what? So this is something that I've talked about before. I thought it was kind of like a cash grab with, you know, they just basically took the frost what is it, the frostbite engine,
Yeah,
and they basically, for me, it's and I know other people disagree with me, but uh, I've always felt like it's you know Battlefield with with Star Wars, really,
that was my biggest fear going into it. But when I played the beta, it didn't feel like a skinned version to me. It felt like its own unique property, which I hope that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, obviously, we know that Dice has had some. They've had a little bit of history here of of having issues on launch day.
Yep,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So, Dice, hope you get your shit together for the Battlefront launch. Especially because there's going to be many disappointed Star Wars fans if it doesn't launch smoothly. So, what's crazy is I got owned by Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader in the beta.
Oh man, may the force be with you.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I swear, Darth Vader was like hovering around. He was like levitating. He
Yeah,
wasn't even walking.
yeah. He was going through that snow like nobody's business.
Yeah, he was. They made those guys too strong. I'm telling you, man. Darth Vader was just he seriously was like untouchable. He was just like levitating and just like smashing everybody up and slicing them up. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And I'm so
Yep.
and I never got a chance to even be Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader. So
Either did I. I got in it in ATST once, and that's about it.
oh, you did?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's nice. I never even had that experience, man. I got smashed. I got trampled by a walker a couple times.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
those walkers are ridiculous. Those things are so unfair. And so I teammates shooting at them, and I'm thinking to myself like, what are these teammates gonna what are they gonna do? Just shooting at him.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm
It's
not gonna lie
unbelievable.
though. I tried it for like a sec, and then you know
Yeah, you
I
got
kind of
to.
huh
You got to.
yeah. Are you picking it up for the Xbox or the PlayStation 4?
I downloaded the beta on both consoles, and
Yeah, I did too.
I, I always tell myself that I can't tell the difference between 1080 and 900 and 720, but I could really see the difference between these two this time. Even though they both played the same, I think the Xbox version definitely looked muddy compared to the PS4.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna pick it up on the PS4, um, and then we'll see. Hopefully, I made the right choice.
yeah, yeah. Gotcha. Well, gosh, we kind of went on this little uh,
Star
tangent
Wars
with
tangent.
yeah, with Star Wars, and actually, now I can't get Star Wars out of my mind. I'm thinking about the trailer that just came out a week ago, so I can't wait for that movie, man. That movie looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks good for sure.
Yeah. All right, so We finally got a release date for No Man's Sky. Yay! I'm actually looking forward to that game, Lemieux.
Well, you kind of got a release date. You got a release month and year.
I okay, but that's better than what we've got. I mean, that's hey, that's it's like the Caps making the playoffs, right? They're in the playoffs, but
Yes.
we don't know if they're going to actually win the Stanley Cup.
Now, do you think this game is going to be VR compatible?
I heard rumors about that. You know what? I think I'll tell you what. I think if Sony's going to do a game that I think's going to, I mean, obviously this game's got to follow it, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if this is something that we've heard about at E3 now, this is something that I think a lot of people in the gaming community are talking about. Um, and I think it's one of those games that could really take advantage of virtual reality. You know, I don't. It doesn't look like a game that's taxing graphically where they couldn't pull it off in
Right,
VR.
right.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't seem like it's one of those huge, massive worlds where they couldn't pull it off. I mean, the galaxy itself is huge, but what I'm saying, the landscape of the world, I don't think it's.
Right.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it's too big to the point where they couldn't put it off on VR. But I think that game in VR would be, I think, pretty ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I have a slight interest in it. I'll hit it up on the old GameFly first, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to say even what type of game it is right now. I mean, we saw a little bit more of a trailer during the Paris Games week, but before that, it was the same trailer and same demo you'd see every time. But
Yeah,
it's definitely an interesting concept coming from such a small team, where supposedly you can go to the same planet. You know, everybody in the world will play the game and never visit the same planet as someone else. It's pretty amazing.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, and it's definitely a very ambitious game. It's going to be on the PC as well.
Yeah.
Um, but I was at least happy that um, that we at least got uh, some kind of commitment to a window or something. But who knows? I mean, how those things go too. I mean, it could be delayed too. But at least we have some. At least there's a probability now that the game's going to come out June 2016. So I can't wait, man. I just like the idea of space exploration.
Yeah, it's definitely something that seems very ambitious, like you said, and we should see more, or maybe even get a firm release date as far as a day during PSX in December.
Oh, that's right. You know what? PSX is coming in December.
Yep,
Where's that at this year? San Francisco?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it is. I think it was in Vegas last year. Damn. You know what, man? They never bring anything to the East Coast, man.
they don't. It drives me crazy.
You should they should do a PlayStation experience event in downtown Pittsburgh,
I would be there in a second.
right next to Permani Brothers.
Heck yeah,
They
dude.
can invite Mark Madden.
Oh Jesus God.
Can you imagine
I,
Mark Madden at the PlayStation experience?
no, I can't. You get
Oh
grease
man,
on over all the controllers.
he would, wouldn't he? Oh man, he'd probably walk up with the Permani Brothers sandwich later on one of the PS4 consoles.
Oh
Is that guy
boy.
still doing radio up there, by the way?
He does the afternoon drive time home.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is he any good?
His show is not as good as it used to be. Now they mix music in between the talking, and it's not the same as it used to be.
Now he was like a sports broadcaster, right?
Yeah, and then he also did some WCW a while
Yeah, I
back.
remember him when he did WCW. That was crazy. Guy, he's such a yeah.
That's a different
But
podcast for a different day.
what's that?
That's a different podcast for a whole different day.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, so No Man's Sky, possibly June 2016. So we'll see. But I think again, I think that's a game VR that would be pretty sick, man.
I agree. That could definitely move units.
Yeah. Would that be something that you would pick up if it was on VR?
I don't know. The price of the VR, I think it's gonna be too high for entry. I'm definitely an early adopter when it comes to technology, but VR, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Last thing I need to do is be playing VR, sitting down playing VR and have my wife walk in, and I'm just gonna be way embarrassed. I don't know if I can handle that.
Your your wife's gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing? What kind of goggles are you wearing?"
Yeah, especially if she happens to bring a friend over, I'm gonna be done.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get. You know what, man? I'm right there with you because my wife would totally make fun of me. She'd be like, "You're a nerd." She would make
Yep.
she would take pictures of it and post that shit on Facebook. She'd be like, "Look at my loser husband who's wearing goggles to play video games."
Yep. That's
It
funny.
could be the most sophisticated technology, and the fact that I'm wearing it on my head to play video games, she would make fun of me.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to sell that to the general public. I don't even know how you really advertise or show VR unless you're doing VR. You can't do it. So good luck with that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, how do you advertise that? At least
I don't know.
I know with like HoloLens and AR, we saw some of the that kind of what was it, Minecraft, that
Yeah. Hmm.
demo. So you
Yes.
could see that.
Right.
So how do it's hard to do a commercial really. I don't know. Maybe they pull it off, but I'm kind of like I'm not even still sure about VR. You know, I'm
Him either. I don't know.
I'm worried it's going to be like a gimmick or something.
The only one I'm interested in getting, if any of them, is the PlayStation VR. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But at least Sony's trying to at least they're trying to make some games for it.
Yeah, I was surprised that they didn't mention anything about VR compatible on the Gran Turismo trailer, because that would be another awesome experience.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they did talk about Drive Club. There
Yeah.
was a mention of Drive Club running at 60 frames a second in the prototype VR version.
Yes, and they also announced
So,
Drive
but
Drive Club bikes, the motorcycles, which looks pretty cool.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yep. What was that game we used to play on Xbox Live that had motorcycles?
Moto GP.
MotoGP. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, and
fun.
actually, that the motorbike announcement for Drive Club I actually think is pretty cool. It might be something that I actually check out. So we'll see. But the but yeah, so it sounds like maybe there's going to be um a Drive Club VR game. At least at the moment it's just a prototype, but that could be something that we hear about later on too.
Yes, and speaking of games that didn't work at launch, that game was a complete disaster. It took what, almost a year and a half for it to come out working.
It
Then
did, yeah,
the PS Plus version was delayed for months on end, and it finally came out.
yeah, yeah. It was a little bit of a disappointment for sure. Especially because it was touted as one of the game was really supposed to launch with the console. Remember that?
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Yep.
Yeah, so you know, kind of reminds me of Sid Crosby a little bit, but well.
All right.
You're not gonna fall for my trolling of Sid Crosby tonight.
No, gotta keep it civil on here.
What's that?
Gotta keep it civil on here.
So, well, I understand. I mean, when you have the second best player in the league playing for your team, I get it.
Okay.
You know,
Anyways,
Ovi being the first, but another conversation. So, um, so the other game that they showed, that I thought was kind of interesting, outside of No Man's Sky and outside of Detroit. I thought it was interesting that they showed that new game. Oh shit! Now it's escaping my mind. From the folks who made Little Big Planet.
Dreams or Dream?
Is it Dreams or Dream?
I want to say Dreams.
I think you're right. Hold on. Dude, I'm telling you, my brain is fried today. I'm telling you, you know what? I've been in staffing for like 8 years, right? And so I work for a staffing company right now. And I'm telling you, man, it's mentally draining.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. Is it Dreams?
Don't know.
I think you're right. I think it is Dreams. So that was kind of interesting. See, but that game is kind of like I thought that game was kind of trippy looking though.
Oh my God. Yeah, you could say
Like
that
it kind of
again.
looks like a nightmare.
Yeah, you can make it look like I guess you can make it look, like a nice dream if you wanted to, but you could also make it look like a terrifying nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Can you imagine that in VR?
Oh God, no, that'd be scary.
Yeah, that would be a little scary. I'd be like, I don't know about all that. You know, I'd be like, yeah, that wouldn't work for me. That would not work. So, but I will say this: it does look like a creative title. Um,
It is
no
called
surprise.
Dreams with an S.
Dreams of the Nest. Okay, but that's
Yeah.
that's it. That it looked like like the trailer and everything. To show the demo they showed, and I think he said that it was still an alpha. Um, but for me, it's one of those games that looks kind of has this creative appeal to it. And to me, that's kind of the overall appeal to the game. I probably won't pick it up, but I can certainly appreciate the visual or creative appeal to it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely another one of those unique experiences. I'll game fly it. I think that's another good game fly game just to check out. But I didn't really have any, interest or real following in with it so far.
Damn, you know what? I need to do GameFly.
Oh, God, dude, you should get GameFly as a sponsor. I love GameFly.
Ye- Yeah, I'd have to get like probably a million listeners. I mean, I don't even.
It starts with one.
Yeah, right. It does start with one. You know, but can you imagine if can you imagine if GameFly was a sponsor? Jesus. See, if that happened, I better be at E3 or something.
Yeah, you should bid E3.
Yeah, yeah, right. My wife would look at me like I was nuts.
Oh man.
She'd be like, where are you going?" That'd be an awkward conversation. But so yeah, and then um we also saw Horizon, which is
Yes.
a game by Guerrilla Games. And that was a game that, well, we saw the Sony Sony showed it at this past E3,
Yes.
and so we got to see some new footage of the game. Now I can't. I'm still like, I don't know. I know it's an action RPG, right? Set a
Yes.
thousand years in the future. But what are these machines with the metal armor that roam the land? Like, I don't get that.
A lot of people call them dinosaurs, and then the developers said they're not dinosaurs, but they haven't really said what they are. Um, this game is probably on top of my wanted games list right now. It looks incredible, I think. The footage at E3 was crazy. The footage they showed during Games Week to the public was even better. It looks like it's running pretty good so far. The graphics are crazy. And it looks like it's going to be pretty unique how you have all these different bow and arrow weapons to take down these big mechanical walking things.
Yeah, yeah, and I think they're saying that the creatures are like part organic, mostly machine, but they say they're not. They're not. They're saying they're not dinosaurs, and it looks like um the I guess the character's name is Alloy or something, or
Something like that, yeah.
yeah, and in the demo she's hunting a group of creatures. I think they were called grazers or something like that. And she's trying to get I guess these grazers had some kind of canister resource on them that she was hunting for. So and I liked how they showed that she kind of ducked and kind of um, she was kind of in a an area that had shrubbery or something, and she's kind of camouflaging herself as she's hunting the grazers. So we got to see that. We also got to see her take on a larger enemy in the boss battle. Looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it
Um,
did.
yeah. So, um, but yeah, that's definitely one of my to me, it's one of my most anticipated PS4 games.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm a little concerned by Gorilla doing this though.
Because it's not Killzone.
Well, no, I haven't been a big fan of the Killzone games.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, you're right. I mean, they're okay as far as shooters. The online play is not up to, Call of Duty or Halo standards, in my
No,
opinion, but they can definitely make the games look pretty, that's for sure.
no, they can. I mean, visually, I mean, the last Killzone was really, I mean, visually appealing. But I think overall the series, I think maybe Killzone 2 may be the best one. I think. Um, but I haven't, that's my only concern, that their track record of games a little bit, but and that's my own personal opinion. I just really haven't enjoyed the Killzone series as much, but we'll see. I mean, this to me this game looks promising. I'm definitely excited for it, and looking forward to it. So another game that they showed off that I thought was pretty cool, Mew, was Matterfall. Um, and those are from the folks at uh, from the creator of
Housemark.
Resogun. So, did you play Resogun on PS4 a lot?
I played it, but I didn't play it a lot. No, it's okay. It's
Yeah,
not my favorite game.
yeah, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was. I know a lot of people liked it. It was okay for me, but so that game looked pretty cool. I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, it looks like I don't know, like you know, it kind of remind me the I guess the color, the blue and the red, kind of remind me of Tron for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But the trailer was interesting. It showed this like this futuristic soldier, and he's walking in this big city, and it looks like he's the only one there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard to tell what type of game this is going to be. The trailer wasn't any real gameplay. But I mean, considering Housemark is, that usually that kind of top-down shooter, kind of like, Zombie Nation and
Hmm.
the Resogun. Who knows if it's going to be something like that, or if they're actually going to try to make more of a, full retail, big-time release game.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, I'm interested to see what this game actually really is. I mean, you're right. They show this trailer, but it doesn't give you too much insight into the game, other than he's fighting, or I say he, but what if it's a she?
It could be.
Um, he's kind of equipped with this gun, and it spawns into his arm, and he's fighting this like red matter stuff. This red matter, and so maybe it's, who knows, maybe that red matter's taken over the whole city, or the world. So I'm sure we'll see some more probably coming up next E3. I'm thinking.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So they also announced Street Fighter for a release date for February, which is good news for those who are fans of the Street Fighter series. I don't know. I'm not interested.
I mean, I'm not really big into the fighting games, but I love Street Fighter 2 back on the SNES, and they announced another character. They announced Dalsum or Dalsim, however you want to pronounce him, the old Indian guy. So a lot of people are excited about that. But and once again, I'll rent it. I don't think I'm gonna purchase it. Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Street Fighter 5. So